All right, I think we got high five.
An unhappy customer, you know about. They'll make their views known. What can be more damaging or completely fatal is an indifferent customer. If the market has passed you by, if there is a better solution to the customer needs out there, and they're not unhappy with you, they just don't care about you anymore. You're not relevant to their needs. I think that's the piece that can slowly erode a company.
People evolve, their needs change, and they become more sophisticated. So what you may do today that is mind-blowing and can delight the customer, 2 years from now may be an expectation. It is something that you need to keenly be aware of and have the pulse on the customer every single moment.
But you have to have, to be successful, to do that, you have to have a very, very fine focus. You can't have 200,000 SKUs.
Yes.
You could have a category of SKUs that might represent 200,000 products, but that category has to be managed in such a way that you look at it as one experience.
So if the structure gets in the way, and this is something that's been coming up a lot lately, if we're going to be a customer-centric organization, how should we be organized?
And hold on. Let's go back to the original question. Who owns the customer relationship? Here's the problem with every single one of, just about every company that's out there today in existence. We have created a structure in our world where companies are suboptimally structured to be customer-centric organizations. You know who the one person is who really owns the customer experience? The CEO. He's the only person who has spanning control, authority, and responsibility to be able to deliver on the whole customer experience.
CEO's not going to own this. He's not. He owns everything. He owns the finance. He owns IT. He owns absolutely every part of the company. If it's the CEO who has to focus on the customer, not highest level oversight, but actually focus on it, it's never going to happen.
Everybody in the company owns the customer, right?
Yes.
It's your job.
But you still have to have an operating model that you can govern and track.
I think so many companies right now are getting to know their customers, but and it's out of whack with what they know about themselves, right? What is it that they're trying to be? It's that story at the top. Why does this company exist? If we went out of business tomorrow, would anybody give a damn? That's what the CEO owns, and that's what will drive the consistency, the skin in the game, and I think the passion across the company.
The CEO is then responsible for putting the incentives in place to reinforce the positive behavior that you're looking for.
More fundamentally, tell a story.
I don't even know if it's not even just the incentives, it's honestly the internal communication and collaboration between the different teams from the CEO. Because one of the things I see most all is like if you ask, like, what's your strategy? Or like what's your missions and goals and objectives for the year? Most groups can't answer that, or they give you something from last year that's out of date. If your mission, your vision for your customers can't fit on one sheet of paper, and you can't have that on everyone's cube or on everyone's desktop, and you're not referring to that every day, it's useless. And I think if you have that communication and those incentives throughout the organization, and it's the same at every level, and every employee is reinforcing those values, that's when you really start to drive home the things that we're talking about.
I would argue that experience today with your customers is not only introducing new things to delight them, but making sure you help them come along onto those new experiences. So that's what really defines success, is to create a continuously evolving environment and then help your customers learn, adapt, exploit it, extract value from it along the way.
But this is why you need to have a story, because your customers should be expecting.
The storytelling aspect is critical.
I mean, if you have a story, if you have, if you can explain to customers why they should, choose you over the competitor, and they see that arc of improvements, which is based on, what customers truly value, that's how they stick.